Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have a 9 card spread here for you today. This is going to be about Britney Spears and her newly engaged man named Sam. I can't pronounce his last name, y'all. It starts with an A. Yeah, you can hate me for that if you want to. Don't forget this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. The channel is my brand. Do not attempt to copy it for any reason. Y'all, I do have this new cup here. This is a Halloween cup. I know it's not Halloween yet, but fall is approaching. I just love this cup. I got it at Marshall's. And it's got the little kittens, the bats, and the pumpkins all the way around it. It's a big cup. And on the inside, it says, "Too cute to spook." I don't know if you can see that right there. It's got little bats. I am drinking a calming tea. It's a nerve tea for your nerves and to calm you down. I get it from Mexico. I buy it in bulk. And it's like a loose leaf tea. And you have to put in a pot of water and boil it. And then you strain it and drink the water from it. And see inside the cup, it says, "Boo." I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to show it to you when. Let me raise the camera. There's a pumpkin. There's a cat inside the pumpkin. And it says, "Boo." You can't really see it because of the tea. But this is the cutest cup I've seen for Halloween yet. And I'm going to start using it now since we are approaching the season. Y'all, this video is branded, like as I was saying. Do not attempt to copy it. Also, everything else is in the disclaimer box since we are talking about another person. Let me take you over to my TV stand real quick so you can see what I did for Halloween, and we'll be right back. So what I meant is for fall, actually. So we have the candle here. This is a little table that I have here. Excuse the trash. I got trash right there. And I just put a little material with pumpkins there. And the pumpkin that says grateful, I added this candle. And then I have the pumpkins here inside my vase. I think this is so pretty for fall. And then we're going to come over here on my TV stand. We have another pumpkin here, the little wagon with pumpkins in it, and the scarecrow. And then a pumpkin here I added, and then the lights. You see how I added these lights here? And then a little sign. It says "Cutest Pumpkin Patch." Another pumpkin here, and another candle here. Okay, and then the lights go all the way across. Let me back up so you can see it. I think that is so cute for fall. I love decorating for fall. And then down here we have the haystack, which I'm not done with it. I'm going to put a ribbon across it. And then the 2 pumpkins. All these are artificial. They're not real pumpkins. And then I found this. This is the cutest thing. It's made out of glass. And then you put a light inside of it and it lights up at night. And that is my fall decorations for now. Oh, and over here on this end table, I have just another pumpkin and then another candle burning. I love candles. Sorry, my phone paused because I got a phone call and it, hold on. So let's get started with the video. My phone had paused, y'all, so it kind of messed me up. But anyway, let's start at the beginning. For the first one, we have the Chariot. Now, this is the card of success, and it's also the card of travel. I do feel like she has... Now, this is telling me about her past, okay? This is in the past position, how she has come from where she's at to now successfully, okay? She's had a lot of troubles, yes, along the way, but she still managed to become successful and move forward with her life, even though she had a lot of tribulations in her lifetime. And those tribulations that she had were unexpected. You know, she started very, very young, so she didn't know that she was going to come into some of these things that she has. And, yeah, so let's move on with the next one, because this is one that's very interesting. This is the 5 of Wands. This is scattered energy. You see all the people fighting. They're fighting each other. The wands are waving all over the place. So this is her current status now, her current situation. And this includes her father, the attorneys, the lawyers, the judge, everybody that's in her life fighting about her, for her, against her. Okay, so she's in this energy now, which is the type of energy that I feel like that makes her a little crazy. And she's always in her mind about it. She's constantly in her mind about this. And she's been like this for a long, long time since her father, took control over her life and other people. She has had absolutely no control. Then her children were taken away. So all that made her crazy. I don't mean crazy like cuckoo, cray cray. I just mean a little bit off, only because she's in her mind. She's constantly thinking about that, and it made her nervous, anxious, and stuff like that. So when you see her, I always used to think, well, she's not quite right because she seems odd, but that's not because she is. It's because all the things that she's been through has made her seem that way, because she's constantly thinking. But this does represent all scattered energy, people fighting about everything against her. So here we have next is the World. Okay, so she does hold the world in her hands because she is successful. She did become successful. And here's the infinity sign. So I do see opportunities opening up for her that are going to give her a chance to start over, to become her own person. And whatever decision she makes from this point on is going to last for a lifetime, because here we have the infinity sign. Okay, and this is going to be brand new energy for her that's coming in. You see how the lady in the picture is without clothing, but she is wrapped around with the life banner. Okay, so that means that it's new. It's a new life being born. Like, you can always start over, and it's like a new life coming in. Okay, nakedness represents innocence in these cards. So that's kind of like childlike wonder, where you're starting over again in the world, trying to bring in new things. And I do see that happening for her here pretty soon. Okay, and then her current status is where she is thinking. She's in a lot of deep thought. She's come to the point in her life now, especially at the age that she is thinking about what she needs to do now to move forward. She no longer wants to be controlled. We all know that. She wants her own life. She wants to make her own decisions. And it's about time. I don't know why her father continues to do the things that he does, because she's a grown woman. Let her live her life. I feel sorry for her in that part. I do. I feel sorry for her in that part, that she hasn't been able to make her own decisions and control everything that happens to her, or her money, or everything. So she's in that mode, or was in that mode, is in that mode, about trying to decide what to let go of, what doesn't serve her anymore, how she can move forward, what she needs to do. And she stays in her mind constantly. I see that she's in her mind constantly. Now, here we have the Page of Swords, which is not a very good card. This is someone this card is a third party spying, but this is someone that's angry. You see their face, they're a little bit angry, and I'm sure that this is the father, okay? This is her father. He wants to strike back, but the problem with him is that he's been doing this for a very long time, and he's tired. He's very, very tired. He's tired of doing what he does. He's almost to the point where he can't handle anymore. So he's hired other people to do it for him. This is why it's called third party spying. There's a other people involved spying for you and reporting back to him. So there is a lot of that. He has a lot of people working for him that do a lot of spying and just controlling the whole situation, and then reporting back to him, or he tells them what to do and they do it, and then they report back to him. I do see that he's angry because she is fighting back and stuff like that. But he's gone to the point to where he's getting old, and he just don't want to do it anymore. He's tired of doing it. But he's always been the type of man that is very controlling man that wants to take control, did take control, and just didn't want to let go, because he felt like she was his property. All right. So next we have in her current energy, the Seven of Wands. This is the card of defense, where you're constantly defending yourself, and then gossip. There's always gossip about her, that she's done this, that, or the other, and she's constantly fighting against that gossip. You see how there's many people down here jabbing at her, and she's only got one stick jabbing back. But the thing is that she has the advantage because she's on this hill where she can strike back down. And the blue represents deep thoughts. So again, she's constantly in her mind. She's been in her mind for a long, long time. Like, she can't really live and be herself, because she's constantly in her mind thinking about everything that has happened to her, everything that's happened to her now. People taking control, her father, the way he took control, her kids at one time were taken away and all this stuff. So she's been like that for years. So when you see her, I remember I used to watch her on videos, and I would always feel like she was a little bit off, kind of kooky, a little bit off. But it isn't that she's really that way. It's because she was always in her mind, and she could never really be herself. All these years, she could not be herself. And this is the problem that her father created for her by taking control the way he did. He made her this way to where she couldn't concentrate anymore on herself because she was always in her mind about stuff. So let me get a drink, y'all, of my tea here. There's a little pumpkin inside. I don't know if you can see it now. There you go. So, yeah. So, I know the things that have happening with the court. I haven't really watched that lately. But I do see the good news coming in here. This is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands always brings in good news. I see him studying his wand here. He's looking at it, reading the message. Okay, what's the message? The message is always good news. It comes in by fax, phone call, email, things like that. And I do see something about the number 3, in 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 years, there'll be some great news for her, 3 months maybe, that's going to change everything. It's going to change the course of her life. If it hasn't already, it will change the course of her life. And she'll finally get the freedom that she wants. I see the freedom coming. But I also feel like she's happy, but she's also sad about it because it's taken so long. She feels like so much time has been wasted of her life because she was never able to make her own decisions. So she's in her mind about that. She's in her mind thinking, so much of my life was wasted because it was controlled and I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. So I do feel like she'll have issues with that later on. Later on in life, that's going to bother her. All right, but that's a whole nother video, y'all. So here we have the Lover's card. Now, I did ask about Sam, her fiance. He recently proposed to her. I can't pronounce his last name, y'all. It starts with an A. But, yeah, so I see between them, they have a lot of sexual activity. Their sexual activity is great. They have a lot of chemistry, so that's why they get along very well. I do see he genuinely does care about her. I don't feel like he's just using her because she's popular or has money. He has his own money. I do see that he genuinely cares about her. I feel like if he was just using her, then he would have already been twice as much popular, just to use her for fame. But he's not doing that. He's not doing that. He does care about her feelings, and he does care about her. So I do see the angel here on top with his wings spread out, blessing this couple. So I do feel like they have heaven's blessings for their marriage and all that. Now, how long it's going to last, that will come out in another video. But I do feel like they'll be together for a while because they genuinely do care about each other and have good feelings for each other. Okay, I hope they don't get married during Mercury retrograde because that's going to ruin everything. So please don't get married during Mercury retrograde. Now, last but not least, I asked for the final conclusion. We have the Justice card. So I do see justice is coming in for her finally. Finally, she'll get her wishes to be free and to live her own life. And you see how the scales are balanced here? This is a judge giving her the final ruling, saying justice will be served. And this judge is passionate, very passionate, which is going to bring a brand new day in for her. Here on top, we have the yellow, which represents a brand new day is coming in for her. So things are about to change for her. They're going to change pretty drastically for her. She's going to go from one way of being to another because she'll have freedom that she never knew before. She'll have freedom that she never realized could exist or know before, and she actually won't know how to handle that freedom at first. So she's going to seem a little different, okay? She won't be in her mind as much as these depressed states that she was in. It wasn't really so much depression, but it was just, how do you say it? She was distant. She was preoccupied all the time. So when you would see her in her videos, she always seemed to me a little kooky because she was so preoccupied in her mind. And I would always think, what is she thinking about? You know, why does she act that way? It's because she had all these troubles here. And it's been most of her life. I mean, she's been controlled most of her life. And, you know, what is that? You know, why would someone want to do that to their children? I would never control my children that way. I would help them along the way if they were famous, you know, with their money, how to show them how to manage their money and their time. But I wouldn't just keep complete control, because I want my children to be their own person, you know, and that's what damaged her. That's what damaged her. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That's what damaged her mentally and emotionally, because her father took so much control. He did more harm to her than good as far as mentally and emotionally. God, I got the hiccups, y'all. Sometimes I get hiccups during the readings. I don't know why. And it has to do with spirit. And yeah, so for the way that he did her all these years, damaged her emotionally and mentally, to where she couldn't be herself. She couldn't live that life she wanted. She was always under somebody's thumb. Can you imagine living that way? That would be horrible. Okay, so yeah, that's what's coming in for her. But I do see that she's about to experience a huge change. A big change for her is coming, and it's going to give her the freedom that she wanted. And she's going to feel a lot better and be a lot better. You'll see her in the next few months doing videos, and she'll seem different. You're going to notice a difference in her. Now, I am going to tell you one story that happened to me. I did buy a concert ticket once a long time ago when my daughter was 11 years old. My daughter was crazy about her, and she's so bad wanted to go to the concert. So I called in sick, which I probably shouldn't have did because I got in trouble for that, just to go be the first one in line to get a Britney Spears ticket. Well, we got the tickets, but then it turned into a lottery where you had to come back with that ticket and get in and pick a number. And then that number threw me back to number 1,000. So I was in that 1,000 space to buy another ticket to enter the concert, which didn't even make no sense to me. Why they were doing it that way, I don't know. But then I ended up getting this other ticket, which cost me $250, not to mention the time I already had spent waiting there in line all day long the first time. And then the second time I waited again and then called in sick, so I lost that money from that job, which is nobody's fault but my own. And then we went to the concert, which was 2.5-hour drive. Okay, when we got there, we were way up on top because I didn't get tickets to be up in the front. So the stage was very small because we were so far back. And here comes Britney Spears. She sings one song, y'all. One song. And then, boom, everything ends. This man comes out and he says, due to technical difficulties, we are going to cancel the concert. The whole crowd went crazy. They were like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So here she comes out. She's wearing this little red suit, and she was like, please don't hate me. That's all she said, and then she walked out. And then the manager said that there was one of her props. It was one light that didn't work. One light, y'all. One light that didn't even matter. Probably nobody even notices light. And because of that one light, she didn't want to finish the concert. She wanted all her lights to work. So she canceled the concert because one light, and there was thousands of people already there sitting there. We were all sitting there. She sang one song, and that was it. And she left. They made us all leave. They told us with that ticket stub that we still had, we could either go to another concert if it came here or get a refund. Well, none of that ever happened. I never got to go to another concert because there wasn't any. She never came back. And then we never got a refund. They would not give us a refund. So I ended up losing $250 over that and everything else. And that upset me so bad to make me hate her for years. So Brittany, if you're listening, you owe me $250 for that concert. And not only that, my daughter cried all the way home. It devastated my daughter, and I was so angry about that because there was no reason why my daughter should have to cry over a woman that didn't want to finish her own concert, you know? That was just ridiculous. So anyway, y'all, that's it. That's my story about Britney Spears. That's my reading about Britney Spears. I will be doing a part 2 after her and her boyfriend get married and see what energy they have from that point on. But there is a major change coming in for her, major change. And it's going to bring her freedom, and it's going to bring her out. You're going to be seeing her do different things. She's going to seem more alive now, more awake. And she is awakening. I'm surprised the awakening card didn't come here in this reading. Probably if I had kept shuffling, it would have. But she's going to have an awakening now. She's going to come out of her mind. She's not going to be in her mind anymore. She's going to seem more alive, more awake, and you're going to notice that about her. All right, y'all? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. See you next time. Bye-bye.